Hi, welcome to this lovely video of me not trying to kill myself. Today we're reviewing CNN, or as I like to call it, the casual neo-Nazis, because all the news they report is on shit. Today we're talking about a father who forced his children to give up on his dreams because no child would quit playing video games and make a public display of it because they would probably kill themselves out of embarrassment.
And then there's this, a 12-year-old boy loves his video games, lives, of all places, in Newtown, Connecticut. But he decided just this week he didn't want to kill anyone in just a game.
He didn't just want to do it in video games. He wanted to do it in real life. So that's where 6 mass shootings came from.
He wants other kids to do the same.
Here's the thing, I don't really care, and that's my opinion. So deal with it.
A young man joins me now, Max Goldstein, along with his stepbrother Jackson Middleton, stepdad Craig Middleton. So all three of you, welcome. And I was standing in that exact spot just a couple days ago.
Congratulations. I don't care if you were sitting in that same spot or you jumped off a fucking bridge.
And I just want to express, of course, our sympathies to a lot of the families there.
What, as soon as a boy or girl gets their hands on a new copy of fucking Black Ops 2, are they gonna go out into the world and start a fucking massacre like in Gears of War? Is there a fucking point to have sympathy for those family? Like, are their kids mentally disabled after playing Black Ops 2, fucking Call of Duty? Like, what the fuck happened? To be honest with you, she sounds like a chipmunk. She may need some help because she may think she's an animal.
In your town. But you guys are trying to take a negative, perhaps, here and turn it into a positive. Max, let me begin with you. Why do you want to get rid of some of your video games?
Come on, son. Say the lines. Okay, let's get serious real quick. If they really want to help with the young minds, how about they show them like mass shootings and how to avoid them or how to survive a mass shooting? Because if they're worried like, we need to help the young youth with this negative input, I mean, then you should probably help kids with abusive relationships with their parents. I had the same thing since, bad parenting back in 2016 to 2017. Those are some old times, but if they really want to help children, I think they should have PSSAs on abuse, mental health, and all that. Don't come asking me for advice because I give you really bad fucking advice. This is just some of it.
We wanted to get rid of the video games because we feel that it's negatively affecting
You can tell this kid was reading off a postcard looking behind that camera like, come on kids, say the lines. We need to make gamers look like they're fucking idiots and you look like you're a fucking genius. Or they're holding a gun to the kid's head while he's reading the cards behind the camera. Same premise.
some of the minds and feelings of the youth of this nation.
Now, if this kid could stop stuttering for one fucking second, he would know that if his dad wasn't so stupid to force him to throw these video games away, that our nation has been fucked since 2016 because the rise of social justice, feminism, and all this shit. And it's already hard enough to grow up in a society that's teaching you what's right and wrong instead of growing your own opinion. Even though this was I gotta see the video again, I forgot what year it was. But basically what I'm trying to say is that our nation has been fucked, and not because of video games, because either the news lies, people lie to you, social media lies to you. But we're not saying those things are bad. We're saying that video games cause violence. And also, we forget that school shootings are mostly caused by mental health reasons. Because they were either bullied a lot, their parents were bad parenting, or kids just hate fucking going to school in the fucking morning. I totally agree with hating school. Because, well, no one wants to fix it, so why not? I feel like this man is just publicly shaming his kids for embarrassment to get a kick out of it because thinking that he's such a good parent for making his kids seem like they're fucking deities when everyone just proceeded to fucking dunk on these children and laugh at their faces. I've seen many people fucking do it.
And we just wanted to change that.
Well, Max, those are some pretty adult words here for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, for a 12-year-old, because this 12-year-old doesn't mean any of this shit, because you know who wrote this script? His father. Because the only person who makes those adult words, well, is fucking adults. He's a 12-year-old. He doesn't really care. All he wants to do is just play his fucking Call of Duty and shoot some fucking kids in the face from school. That's it.
But let me just, I understand that you actually went to one of the funerals of one of those kids who was killed a week ago today. And was it during the funeral, Max, that you decided that this is not right?
Tell me, little American child, did you find this out after 95% you did not go to that funeral because you probably didn't give a shit except for the ones that your parents gave? Why the fuck did it have to be an accent?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why do vegan activists have more enthusiasm than this kid? I could tell because it's his father who's controlling him. How I could tell? Because what child doesn't want to go home and play some nice Madden 2.0? Actually, if you play Madden, you're gay. No cap, you're gay. Now back to my point. What child just wants to throw away video games? Unless you're Kim Jong-un type of person, no child wants to throw away video games.
Pretty much. Jackson, to you, this movement that you guys have started, this is called Played Out, Choose Not to Play. I see you have some video games next to you. What are you doing with them?
He's probably going to sell them for 600 rubles a piece after he sells it to the Russian government. Now, if you really think about it, 600 rubles in European and US dollars, that's not a lot of money.
Well, what we're gonna do with these games is we're gonna put them in this container, and we're planning to have our local garbage company destroy them.
Yeah, you may just waste a lot of things, which is so not halal mode. To be honest, I just want that guy to just make a 5-minute video on what the topic I'm talking about on this, which it's kind of old, but I still just want to hear him say, wasting products, so not halal mode. I'm gonna get back to my points though. What about all my homies that play games digitally? They can't throw away the entire PC, Xbox, or PlayStation, or Nintendo Switch because, well, that's a lot of money you're just throwing away. Especially PC games, which are almost as much as my rent. Waste a video game, 0, so not halal mode. I swear to God, that man is a fucking legend. I just wanted to make a video on this now. Although, to the real point, these people look like they want to commit suicide. Not joking. Unliving has hit this man's life like a can of chunky noodle soup coming from a baseball player.
You're not only giving up the games, you are literally having them destroyed, is that right?
It's sad how you can hear the silence in this video. Come on, the crickets are even fucking chirping.
Yes, that is right.
How many games have you collected so far? Do you have any idea?
None, cause no one's that borderline autistic to throw away. Not video games, money. Because what do video games need to have in your hands? Money.
Well, we've...
He's right
Well,
here.
right now, all we have is these games, but we're planning to get a lot more.
Yeah, most of those games are gonna come from self-pity, grandmas, and old people. Mom, why'd you throw away those games? I paid out of pocket for those, Mom!
Planning to get a lot more. All right, stepdad Craig, let me ask you. I mean, just so I'm clear, this is not something you said to your kids, hey, this is the right thing to do. I mean, this is coming from them, is that right?
No. I'm not even gonna show you the full clip, it's just cancer.
It's coming from them. I think my wife and I had a discussion recently about, obviously after these tragic events, that this is probably something to consider taking out of the home. And I think the kids got the message and they decided to...
Yeah, they did get the message. They want to move out by the age of 16. Yeah, but who bought those games? He did. Or his wife. And they allowed those kids to play those games. Clearly, what he's not understanding here is that it's his fault why they're playing these games. And it's his fault why his kids are doing this. They are publicly embarrassing themselves and everyone's going to laugh at them at school. Like, you don't play Madden, actually. If you play Madden, you're gay. But essentially, he's publicly embarrassing his kids and himself. And it's his fault why they're playing violent video games. It's not the video game's fault. The video game did not knock on their door and told them, hey, play me. It's his fault or his wife's because they paid for it. You can't blame a kid for being on their phone for too much after you just gave them a phone. It is just an excuse for them. And it's like it's the video game's fault why they're lazy and bad. Maybe you should be a parent unless you're just paraplegic mother who fucking lives in a wheelchair. But in reality, people who can walk and hit their kids, bruh, at the fucking age of 6 or 8, I got fucking hit in a Walmart. That surely did teach me a lesson on public embarrassment. And these kids are learning a lesson not to want to live with their parents at all, and probably to slit their throats while they're sleeping one day. I saw the rest, and yeah, I didn't finish the rest of the video. I'm gonna still do the entire thing, but I saw the rest of their speech on parenting, and I'm gonna go stick a knife in my throat while eating a spoon of peanut butter.
I just have to ask the question that I know many of the viewers are wondering now, though. I mean, if we're talking some of these video games, they're violent, they're mature rating, you have to be 17 to buy them. And just let me ask you, why were you buying them for your boys in the first place?
She is right. These are 17 plus games, and no child under 17 can buy them. But of how she questioned him on it, I like, yeah, you bought them. And after this, it's just a shit response from him, so
we bought these games. I think our kids are kind, they're generous, they're compassionate. I think the spirit of this particular event in and of itself demonstrates that.
So Craig, the only thing this demonstrates is these kids are gonna get bullied in school. They're probably in late high school, by the way, because if this was in 2012, they're probably in college by now, so they've probably been shitting their pants the entire school years that came ahead.
Parents and kids that play these games throughout the country, never with the intention that any of these are going to have an impact on their kids acting aggressively or violently. I actually somewhat rebuff the comments today by the NRA that...
Excuse me, is he comparing video games to the NRA, the National Rifle Association's, to video games? Are you dumb? Do you have mental disabilities? Like, damn. I thought he was stupid, not low-key down retarded.
These are the direct and sole causal factor of the kind of violence we're dealing with.
Now, here's the chart that I'm looking at right now. As you can see, it's from 1999 to 2007. And there is pictures of everything that has killed people those times. I will try to track down one that was made today. But there's suicide in blue, homicide in brown. And as you can see, there is a lot. Yes, most of them are guns, counting 9. Now, as you can see on the chart, there are blue highlighting suicides and brown highlighting homicide. There is more homicide than suicide. But we also do have to acknowledge that there's other things that have killed people except guns. Not all of them so violent, but also not all of them so subtle. Actually, one of the biggest causes of death on this piece, well, of screen, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's from 1999 to 2007. The second cause of death was strangulation, as the first biggest cause was guns. I was doing some research, and I can't find a chart for 2021. Sorry, guys.
But I think our kids want to make a statement, and we talked about this.
I think the only thing they talked about was the script that they had for this dumb news broadcasting, which is the only script I see as possible. End of this discussion.
That I don't think that there's any one of the parents or brothers or sisters or uncles who could play one of these games who's been recently victimized.
My uncle, he's going straight to the Air Force now. He graduated school and he plays fucking video games. Last time I saw him, motherfucker was playing Dark Souls. Praise the sun.
And this is a way that we are standing by them. And I think it's a way that the country can stand by them.
This guy is making it sound like that there's been several massacres due to video games. Not like there's many other things that also could cause that type of mind thinking, like terrorism, bad mental health treatment, abuse, bullying, just having a very fucked up head. Now, before we get to the other section of this clip, let me just disclaim. You can do your own research. It's most likely going to tell you the same thing that violent video games does not cause the same, just like violent movies, they don't cause violence. Please do your own research if you would like. Here is a warning because this is an opinion.
Max and Jackson, just my final question to you. If we're talking about violent video games, how do you feel about violent movies?
I think violent movies are just the same. They have the same cause as these games, and
Do these people have fucking cottage cheese for brains? Because I've done some research and I saw that if violent movies don't make you violent, then what's so special about video games? Is it because you're interacting with it? Doesn't mean I'm gonna go out there and shoot some guy in the face and then earn fucking 6 tokens so I can unlock my $350 skin, because in reality, that's not gonna go well in a court of law. Video games are an escape, just like movies, to leave reality and to see in a different one. To play a video game, you're in an interactive story that you either make or are a part of. A movie is to interact with and see how the characters progress as people. Even if it was a PG-13 rating, it's still not gonna cause kids to go out there and shoot people in the face. I sold Deadpool when I was like, 9 years old, 10? I didn't go out there and start chopping people up with a katana. I'm not mentally fucking disabled, and even though people are mentally disabled, they don't go out there and kill people. Psychopaths kill people. That's like when people say guns kill people. No, people kill people. It's just a weapon or a tool to make something easier. Why do you think man or human society for a very long time has been using tools? Because it makes things easier. We've been using them since the beginning times of our ancestors, for Christ's sake.
What if you're throwing away your video games? How are you going to spend your free time now?
Well, I'm gonna spend my free time by spending more time with my friends. They live probably like 5 minutes away.
Well, congratulations, fucking Matt Damon. My friends live about an hour to across the fucking country. So have fun with your friends. Hey guys, thank you guys for watching this rant. It was just so long. I'm sorry for that, but hey. Sorry for how long this video took to make. I had things to do while editing this, and I had a week off, so I was able to finish it. So, I'll find more videos to do, more creative things to do. I'm not gonna do face cam because I don't show my face for many reasons, but hey, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and just do that all in order.